18 Meal Prep Ideas for Weight Loss. Having a decent feast prep technique can assist you with getting more fit. An examination shows that individuals who set aside effort to prepare suppers have better eating habits. Point 1. Shockingly, the greater part of us are found work, school, or family and don't have the opportunity to prepare dinners. Along these lines, eating in cafes or requesting food is the solitary alternative. Happily, you can eat solid without investing an excessive amount of energy cooking, in the event that you prep your suppers early. Indeed, whenever done right, feast preparing can set aside you cash. Honestly, one necessitates more than solid supper thoughts to practice good eating habits. Along these lines, I've thought of tips that will help you prep suppers effortlessly. Here you go: 18 supper prep tips for weight reduction. 1. Make a meal arrangement. This is the main thing you ought to do before you purchase food. It'll help you realize what to cook and when to cook it. The feast plan should control you when making a shopping for food list. Going out on the town to shop without a shopping rundown can prompt hasty purchases of unfortunate food sources. You don't need to think of another supper plan each and every other week. Utilize a similar feast plan for a little while or months. 2. Purchase good quality containers. Having holders makes it simple to store food. Compartments keep the food new and simplify it to stay coordinated. Purchase holders which are BPA allowed to guarantee they don't dissolve in the broiler. Use glass or Tupperware compartments. To keep away from disarray and gorging, get holders of similar sizes and shapes. 3. Start slow. Prep meals for 2 to 3 days. Dinner preparing should make life simpler. Yet, that doesn't mean you should prepare week-by-week dinners. Things will blow up on the off chance that you attempt to prepare food once per week without related knowledge. Start delayed by preparing dinners for 2 to 3 days. By doing this, you'll have the option to realize what works and what doesn't. Also, on the off chance that you commit errors, they will not be excessively exorbitant. A few people prep supper dinners just, while others prep all suppers. Prep the dinners you generally need time to cook ahead of time. When you have prepared dinners for some time, you can have a go at preparing week after week suppers. 4. Buy a food scale. It's not generally important to include calories to get more fit. In any case, in case you're bad at assessing calories or you have a propensity of indulging, a food scale will be an extraordinary instrument for you. Indeed, this will not be feverish since you just need to gauge partitions more than once per week. It's significant that reviews show that most health food nuts disparage the quantity of calories they burn through. Thus, get a scale in the event that you don't have a gauge of the quantity of calories you burn through. 5. Try not to try new recipes. It is anything but a smart thought to attempt new plans when preparing a great deal of food. It'll be a period executioner and the entire supper can misfire. Adhere to the plans you definitely realize how to get ready. In all honesty, you don't have to eat a wide assortment of food sources to remain solid. 6. Hack vegetables ahead of time. Feast preparing doesn't involve cooking alone. Cleaving vegetables and natural products ahead of time can save you time. In the event that you as a rule neglect to eat your veggies, this methodology will be useful. Cleave them and put them in holders, and when it's an ideal opportunity to cook you simply toss them in the dish. 7. Set up the complicated recipes first. The request in which you'll get ready food varieties will have a tremendous effect. Cook the muddled plans toward the beginning of the week, ideally Sunday evening. At that point prep the straightforward plans midweek. You may get made up for lost time or be excessively occupied to prepare muddled plans in the week. Also, I guidance that you utilize a similar methodology when preparing. Do the most difficult activities first, at that point finish your exercise with easier activities. 8. Store healthy snacks in the house. Eating snacks helps control longings and craving when consuming less calories. Yet, most people store unfortunate snacks in the house which empowers pigging out. Thus, keep just solid snacks in the house. This could be food sources like eggs, organic products, nuts, and veggies. Put the snacks in compartments. Research shows that individuals indulge bites when they eat them directly from the pack. 9. Try not to have the win big or bust mentality. It may not be feasible to prepare suppers constantly, however prep them when you can. Try not to accept that there's no need of doing it on the off chance that you can't do it constantly. Preparing suppers sometimes is superior to not preparing by any stretch of the imagination. Also, as you keep preparing dinners, you'll find simple and speedy approaches to do it. 10. Purchase healthy condiments. Practicing good eating habits doesn't mean eating exhausting and dull food. You can make solid and scrumptious food without adding undesirable flavors. Utilize solid fixings like new ginger, olive oil, and lemon to plan dinners. Your food will be flavorful, and you'll be urged to prepare suppers routinely. 11. Put lunch salads in a glass jar. The vast majority think conveying plate of mixed greens to work is a poorly conceived notion since it'll get soft. However, on the off chance that you utilize a glass container, the veggies can remain new for long. Put the dressings at the lower part of the container, at that point layer them with vegetables like peppers, beets, and afterward put the verdant greens for the top. Spot a paper towel on top of the glass container to ingest dampness in case you're putting away the serving of mixed greens 2 or 3 days. 12. Broil different veggies together. A few vegetables have a similar cooking time. Rather than cooking every vegetable at a time, roast them together to save time. Veggies that you can cook together incorporate potatoes, cauliflower, parsnips, carrots, and onions. Quick cooking veggies you can get ready together incorporate mushrooms, tomatoes, and asparagus. 13. Prep freezer-friendly foods. You can freeze any food varieties, yet a few dinners become soft. In this way, while preparing suppers for a few days, cook food varieties which freeze and warm without any problem. Soups, chicken, turkey meatballs, and stews are a solid match. You'll simply have to warm the nourishment for a couple of moments and you have yourself a quality supper. 14. Keep leftovers in the fridge. A few group discover extras unappealing, however they can assist you with eating better and save time. Just put them in a holder and store them in the refrigerator. Extras can be kept in the cooler as long as 4 days without turning sour. 15. Make lunch the night before. A few people may not want to prepare suppers for a few days. In the event that that is you, making lunch the prior night hand is a smart thought. Indeed, this will function admirably for somebody without a fridge. However, make certain to warm the food in the first part of the day to keep it new. 16. Coordinate food in the refrigerator. The fridge has various compartments which have various temperatures and fill various needs. The entryway is the hottest piece of the refrigerator, so place in it food varieties that don't ruin rapidly. Spot cooked food sources on the top racks of the ice chest. The lower racks are the coldest, so place food varieties which should be cooked there. You can store a wide assortment of food varieties in the cooler. Simply pack the food varieties firmly in holders and keep them efficient. Here are a couple of tips on the most proficient method to refrigerate food varieties. 17. Hard-boil eggs using the oven. Eggs are among the best food sources on the planet, so they ought to be important for your eating routine. In any case, as far as possible the quantity of eggs you can bubble at a time. Utilize a broiler to cook 12 eggs immediately. Ensure you test the warmth of the broiler before you cook 12 eggs. On the off chance that the broiler is excessively hot or excessively chilly, it could wreck things. 18. Feast ideas. Breakfast. Hard bubbled eggs. Overnight oats. Greek yogurt. Fruits, banana, apple, pears, etc. Sweet potato. Snacks. Berries. Nuts, almonds. Veggies, the hacked veggies will prove to be useful here. Fruits. Lunch. Tuna. The glass container plate of mixed greens. Whole wheat pasta. Rice. Tomatoes. Supper. Chicken. Legumes. Veggies, spinach, mushrooms, broccoli, kale, etc. Ground turkey. Fish. Beef. Last word. It's difficult to practice good eating habits in the event that you don't prepare your own dinners. In this way, utilize these supper preparing tips to prepare dinners ahead of time. Understand that all supper preparing thoughts will not work for you. Simply find what works for you and stick to it. When you put these thoughts in real life, you'll have more opportunity to work out.